morning. Welcome to Morning Thoughts with Greg Cyrulnik. Today is more than just a thought; it's also an observation. So, I was thinking the other day that so many of us are trying to achieve our goals and live our dreams that we actually forget to live now. So if you think about it, if you just spend a minute of your day thinking about it, we start out our life and we are automatically put into this race. We added to this race called the completion, right? And so you start out and there's always something that you need to, some sort of level that you need to reach in order for you to graduate to the next level. And it's, you learn to crawl, then you learn to walk, then you learn, as you do that, you learn to speak and do different things, and then you go to pre-K, and then you graduate that, and you move on to kindergarten, and you graduate that, and you go to elementary school, and then you graduate that, and then you get the point, right? And then we're always trying to arrive someplace. We're always going someplace. And I've been kind of observing that whole thought, that we're trying to arrive someplace. And my opinion is a bit different. It's like, well, where are you really going? Right? Life is not really a journey. You're not going anywhere. And when you get there, how do you know that you actually got there? Right? We're trying to achieve something, to graduate from one level to the other. But then during that time when you're trying to do that, you really are not living now, because the only time that's available to you is now. The only time that you really have is now. This is the moment. This is the only moment that always exists. And we're trying to arrive someplace, to that happy place, and we spend most of our life chasing that elusive happy end that we're trying to get to. But in reality, where is it that you're going? And how do you know that you got there? Right? So you work your ass off, for 40, 50 years of your life, and then you end up conserving money, saving money if you're lucky, for your ultimate, retirement. And I'm talking about an average person. I'm not talking about someone that's well off, or someone that hit it big, or was born into money. I'm talking about the average Joe, that works 40, 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, that's struggling to put food on the table. I'm talking about someone that is working for a living. I'm not talking about a millionaire that struck it big. So the average person works their ass off their entire life, and if they're lucky, they have more or less of a decent pension that they can rely on, so they can live the rest of their life, whether it would be 20, 30 years. And is that the destination? Is that where you arrive? Is that when you know that you finally made it, that you're there? So you work for 40, 50 years of your life, and then you can finally say, I made it. I'm finally retiring. I can sit on the porch, sip my cognac with a cigar in my hand and watch the birds. Right? But what happens to that 40 years of your life that you spend? What happens to that 40 years that you spend getting there. You just worked your entire life off, your ass off, to get what? Happy 20 years if you're lucky? What's the point in that? You know, I watched a great video the other day, a motivational video, and the speaker in the video reminded me, or was reminding the audience really, that you know, life is not a journey, and I totally agree with that. It's more of a, you know, a musical composition, right? You don't say that you're working on music. You don't say that you're, you know, you're not striving to get to the end quickly. What you're really doing is you're playing it, or you're listening to it. And it's not the end that matters, but the entire composition, you're listening to your favorite song. You don't just fast forward it to get to the end, right? You know, you don't care about the beginning and the end. You care about the entire composition. And you enjoy all of the parts, the middle, the beginning, the end. You know, it's how it makes you feel. It's what it does to you when you listen to it. But so many of us are focused on just the ending. Like, I'm going someplace, I need to get there. You know, I need to save money so I can retire and live a happy life. Your days are not guaranteed. You don't know what is going to happen tomorrow unless you are the one controlling your life. You know, you hear these stories all the time. People work their ass off their entire life, and then they're just about to retire, they get sick and die. Now, I don't want to paint this picture black, but if you don't live in the moment today, right now, what is going to change 20 years from now, or 15 years from now, or 5 years? I don't know how old you are, but when you get there to that age of retirement, what is going to happen? Are you magically just going to start living in a different way? So what I'm suggesting is that, you know, you stop treating life as a journey, that you're going someplace, you know, and you start living now, for today, right this minute, right this moment. And you do whatever it is that is necessary for you to do to live that life in the way that you want to live it. If you want to go out partying and you think that that's the best thing for you, then that's what you do. You know, I personally have a goal, and my goal is to be the best version that I can be on any given day, right? And then do the things that make me happy. You know, because many of us approach life as a job, as work, as chores, and the things that we need to do to live a happy life are chores. But in reality, if you do what you love for a living, if you are passionate about what you are doing, then it's like playing your favorite music track, right? You keep playing it over and over and over and over again, and never get tired of it. That's why I love what I do. And that's why I would encourage you to do what you love, so it never feels like work. Whether it's raising kids, selling real estate, developing software, you know, being a doctor, motivating people, whatever it is that you do, you know, live in that moment and put 100% of yourself into it. Dedicate yourself, your life, everything to living in that moment. And, you know, never doubt yourself and never doubt your abilities. You are who you are because that's the way you were made. And if there is something that's pulling you in a certain direction to do the things that you want to do, the things that make you feel good about doing it, that bring out the best in you, then that's what you need to pursue. Because that is the best version of you, and that is what will allow you to live your life in that moment, in the now. Because there's no tomorrow, there's no yesterday, there's just now, right now. You can't go back to yesterday and live that moment. And you're not going to go into tomorrow and live that moment. You're only going to live that moment in the now. So stop procrastinating, stop thinking about what already happened, and stop thinking about what will happen, and just make now. Make now that happy moment and live now. that's all I got for today, folks. I hope to see you at the next workshop. Unfortunately, the one that's coming up on, well, that was scheduled for this Wednesday has been canceled due to scheduling conflicts. So we will resume right after Passover, and I hope to see each and every one of you there. If you are interested, please do not wait until the last day. Please, we need to know how many people are coming and who's attending, and get ready for it. So if you want to attend, either shoot me a PM, leave a comment, let me know. And when you do see the information being posted on a Facebook page, whether it's my page or JRLC's page, please reach out and let us know that you're interested, because it is important for our schedule to know that people are coming, and we can accommodate. All right, till next time, enjoy a moment and live in the now. Take care.